Okay. Second game of the stream. Let me really quickly turn you down a bit. Untertitel an. Why do you not have frickin'... There is no... there we go. It was set to English. And it still gave me a German menu. Okay, good, nice. So this is Dear Esther, the Landmark edition. Developers of this are the Chinese Room, which are also the people who took over Amnesia Machine for Pigs from Frictional. So yeah, we're gonna see. As far as I know, this is a walking simulator.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly, and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Okay. Oh! I'm playing. Okay. Props for being able to walk into the water. Also, holy fuck, that... The fucking music doesn't fucking get any fucking less loud. What the hell? Why do I need to almost turn it off for it to do anything about the loudness? Okay, automatic flashlight. Also, shittiest flashlight ever. Kinda what you'd expect from a horror game. Okay, let's just go up here. I can't sprint. Which makes me assume even more that this is a walking simulator. Can I? I do not at all take damage from falling. Do I? Interesting. Can't jump either. Yep. Pretty obviously a walking simulator. Because that's all I'm doing right now. Walk. Yo, dead end movies. So yeah, where is this going?
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit.
Excuse me. Can you, like, audio balance in this game, not the greatest. Music too loud, voices too low.
A holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Is that so?
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. Down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
Okay.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone.
Why is my mouse flashing on the screen?
Carry me under.
Okay. Interesting. Why is my mouse flashing on the screen though? So, game doesn't want me to drown. Go on.
Come back.
Okay. Guess I'll try the stairs over there then. Why is my mouse flashing on the screen? That's really annoying. What the fuck? Nice clipping. I guess nice view. Seriously though, the whole mouse flashing thing is incredibly annoying. I have no idea why that's a thing. Maybe, is there an option to set you to... No windowed full screen. Just window or full screen. So I'll prefer full screen.
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It
What
casts
moon?
The shadow of the ridge across the beach. All the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
The fuck are you talking about? So does the landmark edition look better, huh?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection. wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
What's that down here? Stonehenge? Wannabe Stonehenge.
I quote directly: a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
I stopped listening a while ago, by the way. I'm gonna assume that's gonna go down there, over there somewhere, and we can just go down here. Theoretically. Yep. Basically. Speedrun strats.
I've become convinced I'm not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Nice wind. Still wish I had a sprint key. I've got more than one game to go through. Just saying. You're wasting your own time, game, not mine. Okay.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
You know, every time my mouse flashes on the screen, the game gets closer to a trash rating. Because usually, as per walking simulator, like, since it's a walking simulator, it usually would get a meh out of 10 for every like for every way it's worse than any of the other walking simulators I've played, it gets closer to being trash. I have so far not seen a walking simulator that would deserve a treasure rating.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Oh. Well, that's a dead end. I'm stuck. Dude, how fat are you that you can't get through there? This game with Half-Life movement would be great. Well, if there's one thing about Half-Life that's not bad, then it's definitely the movement. Source Engine doesn't have bad movement, so yeah. And you could definitely, like, parkour over a bunch of stuff there. Endless walking.
The boy has kept me lucid. I sat when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island. I sat at the edge and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute and he's retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each way and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Yeah. Like the dumbness, for instance. Yeah. I do not see how this is, like, come on, this is press W to gain. Even for a walking simulator, this is minimalistic. Well, let me say it like that, game. You've got a minute to make something happen that's not just pressing W. Oh, you just bring me back up here. Okay, good. That's that then. Well, at least it looks pretty. that's the only positive about this, though. So, yeah. Trash.